Somebody visited your website today. They spent 4 to 5 minutes reading a case study, clicking around, checking you out from an online standpoint, and you have no idea who they were. If you were running ads, congratulations, you just paid and that money went down the shitter. The good news is that there are tools to fix this. The bad news is that a lot of them lie to you about how they actually work. But lucky for you, I've tested the entire gamut. I've paid thousands of dollars for all of these tools. I've tested them on live clients. I've tested them on our own website. And in this video, I'm going to break down each of these tools, what you need to know. And by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly which tools are total BS and which ones are just more of a waste of your money and which actually surprisingly are worth investing in. So without further ado, let's get into tool number 1. But before we get into tools, there's just one thing I want you to understand. Not all these tools I'm about to share with you do the exact same thing. Sure, they'll all look similar, they'll claim to do similar things, but they actually fall into two very distinct categories. Category 1 is called company level identification. This is the tool that tells you Acme Health visited your pricing page. Great. Now you know the name of the company and you know which page they were on. But the downside is you have no idea who to call or what actions to take next. Now, if you're in B2B, there's a chance that you're running a ABM strategy, meaning it's good for you to know this information. But the majority of us, including a lot of our clients, are more mid-market. So it's very helpful to know the LinkedIn profile and the account of the exact person who's visiting our site, which brings us to category number 2, and this is person level visitor ID. This is the tool that tells you Sarah Chen, VP of Marketing at Acme Corp, visited your pricing page, and she was there this number of times this week. Now, this is a lot more actionable, as you can imagine, and a lot of comparison tools treat these as the same thing, but I promise you guys, they're not. So with that in mind, let's dive on it. The first tool we're going to be talking about is RB2B. RB2B has the fastest time to value of any of the tools that I've tested. Probably within hours, if you have any amount of respectable site traffic, you'll start to get Slack notifications with actual LinkedIn profiles and which pages they were on your website. A real story, I've actually been on a call with someone where they were screen sharing and they visited my website, and I actually got a real live notification just seconds after it happened, which is pretty impressive. The pricing on our B2B is $149 a month. The catch is if you're an agency or if you have multiple websites, it is a per site installation fee. So we're going to be paying $99 per domain that we install the script on. If you're only tracking one website, this is a great place to start. All in all, our B2B have cemented themselves as category leaders in the website visitor identification space, and they're definitely worth a shot. Recently, though, they did nuke their free tier, so I'll throw up a real life Slack notification, but it's basically a bunch of asterisks in places where any of the helpful information is, and I would recommend they just axe their free plan altogether because you're getting a lot of useless spam Slack notifications. So it's a very pay-to-play game, as with a lot of these tools, but the value is worth it if you can invest in it. Tool number 2 is Snitcher. Snitcher is $42 per month. If you fall into the, I want to test this concept out but don't want to pay a whole lot of money for it, this is your safe bet. The biggest positive about Snitcher is being a company level visitor ID tool and not having person level. The biggest value prop it has is its GA4, Google Analytics 4 integration. Marketers, calm down. I know GA4 is scary, but hear me out. This is a good thing because instead of just seeing that 400 people went to your website, you can see which industries and company sizes the traffic to those pages actually was. It has a really great UI, intuitive layout, and it's actually useful. But obviously, as I kind of already alluded to, it's a company level visitor ID tool. You're not going to get LinkedIn profiles. You're not going to get Slack notifications. You're not going to know who to target directly after these people visit your site. It's just company level. So think of Snitcher as an affordable first step, worth dabbling in. It's like the kiddie pool before you jump into the deep end. Tool number 3 is a bit of a wild card, Bullseye.so. This is a very new to market tool. I actually had a call with both of the founders, great guys, and they gave me an extended license to really go into the nitty gritty and test these tools out. I'll be completely honest with you guys too, as you know I am. I really wanted to like this tool. It's got a great layout. It's very intuitive. It's person level ID, so it's got a lot of benefits. The dashboard is clean. The data is detailed. It's everything you want in a SaaS product. Additionally, you can add as many URLs as you want at no cost. The downside of it for me, it just doesn't have a whole lot of visibility. The LinkedIn profiles I did get were few and far between, and comparing them with some of these other tools, it just wasn't, the data wasn't accurate. I would click into a LinkedIn profile and I would get a 404 a couple times. And once that happens, it's hard to reinvest trust into a tool. So think of this as one you would want to experiment with. I highly encourage you guys to jump on their free plan. I mean, maybe I just had a bad experience, and there's also potential conflicts that can arise when you have a lot of these scripts installed on the same site. So Bullseye.so is a great option if you want to jump on their free plan. They are $99 a month once you start to pay, and price scales based on the amount of companies and profiles identified. Tool number 4, Vector. And no, not the weird guy in the orange jumpsuit from Despicable Me, even though that's exactly where my mind goes every time I say this name. I'll be completely honest with you guys. This was the tool I enjoyed using the most. And here is the exact reason why. When you open Vector, it's got a great UI, very simple setup. It showed me my entire site traffic. And as with all these tools, I cross-referenced what I saw into proven tools like Google Analytics 4. The data was exactly the same. One thing that sets Vector apart is that it actually tells you how much visibility it has in regard to total traffic. So all these tools will tell you that you'll get about 30 to 40% visibility into your website visitors in terms of what it can identify and present to you. And it showed me that right away. It was really honest. It was really straightforward. When I clicked into LinkedIn profiles, everyone was correct. Pricing, though, is probably the hard part with this. Vector is actually, it markets itself as an ads retargeting tool, so it has multiple features, and website visibility is just one of them. The lowest price you can get is $3.99, and price very quickly starts to escalate based on the amount of profiles identified or the number of ad campaigns or groups that you set up within there as well, if you choose to use it for that. It's definitely not an entry-level tool, but I will say if you are running in Google Ads or LinkedIn Ads campaigns, this is going to be a no-brainer for you. It's definitely worth the investment, and especially in a B2B context. The reason a lot of these tools are pricier because if you close one lead for them, it automatically pays itself. Number 5 is Apollo.io or Apollo. Apollo is a different kind of tool recommendation. You'll see a lot of lead generation or B2B software products that have website visibility as an add-on, and because it's not the main thing they do, they're usually not that great. Both Apollo, it actually holds its weight. We work with a lot of healthcare companies, so the HIPAA compliance is awesome. It works. It's also a very entry-level friendly tool. It's got a generous free plan, and once you do start to pay, it's only 90 some bucks a month. But I will say too, it's not person level ID. You're just going to get the company level. This one becomes increasingly valuable the more you have set up in Apollo. So Apollo has a CRM. Apollo has a very large B2B database. So if you have more infrastructure set up in there already, it's really useful to tie this website visibility information to other areas of your pipeline. On to tool number 6. Leadfeeder / Dealfront. Now, Leadfeeder used to be a tool in and of itself, but it recently got acquired by Dealfront. Pricing with this tool is very straightforward, 99 bucks a month, unlimited domains. There is a free tier available, and this one is also a very compelling option. I really enjoyed using this. We have a real live case study on our site where this actually closed a lead for one of our Medicare clients, so it holds its weight. I will admit to you guys, though, it is not the most exciting tool to open. It's a very simple interface, but that can be a positive for some of us. This I would rank as a safe tool and one I do recommend trying. Tool number 7, Warmly. Now, of all of these tools, Warmly is the enterprise of the enterprise. It starts around $700 a month, and pricing only increases from there. It is ambitious, but I will say it does have a good reason to do so. The biggest differentiator with Warmly is it doesn't actually just tell you who's on your website. It actually engages them. It has integrated chatbots. It has other visibility features that try to actually capture more reliable lead generation, such as their email addresses, IP addresses, things like that, that you can use to really amp up your marketing. And even more so than our B2B, its time to value is incredibly effective. It is almost instant. Also, Warmly does not have a free plan, so if you're going to go in with this one, you got to go in all the way. So that's all the tools we're going to cover today. And here are a few of my final recommendations if you want to go and integrate some of these for your own marketing. If you're new to this and you want to see it work fast, definitely jump on that RB2B. You can hook up Slack, put in the script instantly, and you're going to start seeing some visitors. If you're a healthcare team and compliance and HIPAA and SOC 2 are all very important to you, Apollo is going to be your best bet. If you are running campaigns, paid campaigns on LinkedIn, Google, etc., even Facebook, Vector is going to be your best option because it integrates so seamlessly. If you're really on the budget end, Snitcher is going to be a great place to start. It's affordable, it's honest, it's got a great UI, and it plays really well with GA4. The data is accurate, and it's a solid first step. And if you're in this for the long haul, keep an eye on Bullseye.so. I definitely am and still experimenting with it for our own website lead gen clients. Here's the thing, though. Knowing who is visiting your website is only half the equation. Since you're already thinking about who's coming to your website, you're definitely going to want to know how to actually convert them rather than just getting potentially incorrect information about them. So be sure to check out this video where we talk about the 4 easiest fixed methods that you can do very quickly to make sure that these website visitors actually convert. It'll be linked right here on the screen below. Definitely check that out next, and I'll see you next time.